I have the pastries ready. Oh my God. I have brownies ready. This one's gonna be a fun one. Oops. Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Carla, also known as LittleFitDevil, and today something a little different. If you are here for the try-ons, today is not the day, but there's a playlist that you can check out. However, if you're here to learn a little bit more about myself, a little bit about my lifestyle, something that I can't live without, this is the right video. I am going to start adding some of these videos in my channel just because, you asked and I want to provide, but also it is my channel and I do whatever I want. Anyway, let's go ahead and get this one started. Okay, let's talk about mate. I was born in Argentina 36 years ago, and I have been drinking mate for about 20. Yes, I started in my teenage years, like, most people in the US would start drinking coffee. And it's a lifestyle. If you don't know anything about mate, this is the right video for you. I am going to go through, a little bit of the history, then how you drink it, how you prepare it, the components, a little bit of etiquette, and we're gonna finish, of course, tasting. Let's go ahead and start with a little bit of a brief history. Yerba mate dates to the pre-Columbian era, and it is mostly popular in the Guarani territories. That is some regions of Paraguay, Argentina, Uruguay, Brazil, and Bolivia. I hope I didn't forget anybody. Argentina is the current largest producer of mate at around 56%. Second is Brazil. Most countries name this mate, and that refers to the actual drink as well as the gourd. But some other countries like Brazil refer to this as chimarrão. And I hope I didn't butcher that, but it's what it is. Mate is a social drink. It is something that brings communities together, and it has become a staple in a lot of South American countries. So let me tell you about my story with it. When I lived in Argentina, which was for the first 19 years of my life, everybody was drinking mate, and I feel like currently too, to the point that it has become popular even in the US, where, perhaps people are not drinking from the gourd, but now you see yerba mate bottled in cans, etc. For us, it's a social drink and it is a tradition. Ever since, the gauchos, you would see these pictures of Argentinian countrymen just enjoying a warm beverage and, making the best of an afternoon in the field. Well, mate to me is comfort. It is delicious. I know that for a lot of people it is an acquired taste, but to be honest, it does taste like green tea, like a stronger version. So mate really is an infusion, right? Some people consider it a tea, if you will. However, I would feel like it's more like coffee, especially because of the way you drink it and the caffeine content. So if you drink mate, that would be equivalent to a cup of coffee. You drink coffee not only in the morning, but also throughout the day. Well, in Argentina, where I grew up, you would definitely drink it in the morning. And then it would also be like an afternoon sort of thing that you do, when your family gets together, when you're around a group of friends. Even if you are in the middle of the night and you just get to hang out with friends, and perhaps you're not into drinking, you would have mate and have a 3-hour conversation. Let's talk about the components of the mate. I'm going to start with the one that I'm holding here. However, I do have quite the collection to share with you. So, first of all, this is the mate gourd, as they call it here in the US. If you're buying these on Amazon, maybe that's what you would search for, a mate gourd. It often comes with the bombilla. So it's really just on the bottom, you'll see that it has holes, right? And that's sort of like the way that you filter the water and you leave the leaves in the cup. So when you suck on the bombilla, you will only get the water and not the actual loose leaf. So this one is a cool design. This one is beat up, you guys. I've had this one forever. And this one is a different design. Mom, I need you to bring me another one. This is a disgrace. So the gourd also comes in very different shapes and sizes. This is my most favorite one. I actually love the shape and the size because that means that it's not gonna take a lot of your yerba. I have had very large mates in the past. I was wasting a lot of yerba, so I prefer smaller mates. This one is hilarious. My mom brought me this one not too long ago. This one takes quite a bit more yerba for sure. And then I have a couple others, different materials. I kind of love the design on this one. And this one is a little beat up as well, but this one is metal. I don't have any wooden ones. I think because they tend to mold easy and you have to cure them. So if you buy a wooden mate, it requires a process before you can use it. So you have to put the yerba in, you have to leave it for a day, then wash it carefully. It's a whole thing. So these are kind of like grab and go. Check what the. This is a traveling mate, you guys. People in Argentina, and honestly me as well, you have to have mate no matter what, right? If you wake up in the morning and you just didn't have that mate, kind of like not having your cup of coffee, you know, for the first couple hours, you're pooped, right? So somebody came up with this great idea. They call it mate infinito, which means that it never ends, right? So you put all this water, right? Which allows you to kind of continue to sip on it for a long period of time. You would put your yerba in here, and this is, you know, your bombilla, and you travel with it just like you would with a mug. I have seen people, and I have done it myself, I have to let you know, traveling with a whole set. And if you see somebody doing this and walking around, don't worry, we're from Argentina. I could not forget this yerba, okay? This is your yerba mate. You buy it at the store if you live in South America, or you get it on Amazon. These days, you know, when I first moved to the US, I had to have my mom ship me yerba. Now I can get it on Amazon overnight shipping, and it's absolutely wonderful. This is like my most favorite one. It is the Yerba Serranas by CBSe. It means that it has like a little bit of a minty flavor, slightly sweeter, not as bitter as what you would get in a normal yerba. My most favorite though are Union for a neutral yerba, meaning no flavors. CBSe is a great one. I really like it. I actually like a lot of their different styles. I will make sure to add all the links to these things in the description of this video. None of this is sponsored. I will, you know, definitely get commission through Amazon, but if you want to give it a shot, you know, you can get started with, I want to say $30, because you would get maybe like the mate set for maybe like 15 to 20, and then another like 10 to 15 on the yerba. And again, this is a whole kilo, right? So this one lasts me 20 days, but I drink mate daily, sometimes multiple times a day. So I cleaned my kitchen for you all. I'm gonna try to get the best angle. Maybe I have to squat here so that you guys can kind of see everything. I have been drinking mate for so long. I don't follow the rules anymore. I am a rebel and I do whatever I want. I am one that loves her mate really hot. We're going to fill this because I'm going to have my afternoon mate, okay? While we wait for the water to be done, we prepare our mate, okay? So first thing you do is you can actually put your bombilla in and put in the yerba. A lot of people would say that's wrong, that you would have to put the yerba in first and then wiggle your way through. So I'm gonna do it the right or correct way according to certain people, just to not get in trouble. So that's how you pour it. However, I want to show you something very cute. My mom brought me this from Argentina, and it pours your yerba for you. Water's getting ready. So at around now is when I would add just a tad, so then I could wiggle my bombilla in. And that's enough. I can go ahead and place my bombilla in. To be completely honest, I don't think that's necessary at all. This is called mate dulce. So if you add either honey or sugar, if you add nothing, it would be a mate amargo, which means it's a bitter kind of mate. Most people would say you pour right next to the bombilla to increase the life of the mate. Your mate ends really when you either run out of water or when you have a mate lavado. A mate lavado is a mate where the yerba starts to separate from the water. You would see it, you know, it's disgusting. Okay, so here's where we talk about etiquette. And this is important because if you are the person serving the mate, and by that means, you know, the one preparing it and pouring the water, your job is to be the cebador. If you are the cebador, you have an important role, which means, you know, you have to take care of everybody in your party. So the first mate that you serve, it's probably not the best mate. So you get to drink it. You know, it's your responsibility as the person, as the host, to drink the nasty mate, okay? So here I'm gonna do it for you. And it's really not nasty, okay? But you get to taste the mate before you give it to somebody else. So if it's too hot, if it's bitter, if there's pieces of yerba coming through the straw, if the straw isn't working, then you get a chance to fix it, to do things right. I actually really like the first mate because to me, it is like the least contaminated one. You got the mate ready and you drink the first mate, and hey, you drink the whole thing until there's no water left in the gourd. Don't be gross, okay? Just let's not be nasty. That's not how you do it. So I would drink my entire mate. I don't just take like, and be like, pass it along. No. It would take probably 3 to 5 sips, depending on how hot it is and how much water there is. To me, this is not a lengthy mate. Okay, so that would be it for me. You stop right before it starts to go like, and it's disgusting. Let me see if I can do the noise for you to know what not to do. You can start to hear it, okay? Hold on. See that? Some people even do it worse. They go full on. I can't do it. It's not, you know, I can't do it. I would pour a second mate and I would pass it to the person along in my party. If there's 5 people, you follow a specific order and that's kind of it. As I mentioned, the mate ends when you run out of water, where you can actually just grab more water and continue it, or when the mate becomes lavado. Mate lavado separates the yerba from the water, and it is actually pretty nasty. If you're in a group, you also have a role that's important to play, and you can't be a complete jerk. So let's say you're talking, you know, you're one of those people that talk. I do this all the time, especially if I'm with my mom. She would serve me a mate, right? And I'm working, I'm talking and whatever, and the mate would kind of stay there. And the mate could be there for potentially 5 minutes if nobody says anything, right? That's wrong. You cannot do that. And somebody will probably say, hey, el mate no es un micrófono, or the mate is not a microphone, meaning like chop chop and let's keep on going. I really hope you have been learning some cool stuff today and you liked this video. I am hoping to create some more of these because I've been trying to have a little bit more lifestyle in my videos. And hey, you know guys, there's something so happy about me drinking mate. I can't even tell you. Just knowing that I can drink mate just fills my soul, and I totally mean it. I'm not going to talk about health benefits, although there's plenty of research for you to look through. It's really hard to figure out what's actually true and what isn't. Okay, here's the fun part. There is a new Argentinian store in my town. This place is absolutely wonderful. They have empanadas and they have facturas. You can have it with a scone. This one is a white chocolate raspberry. My word. You can have it with an alfajor. This one is an alfajor de maicena. There's also, you know, alfajores de dulce de leche or chocolate, which are covered in chocolate. And last but not least, a proper factura. This one is a dulce de leche factura, one of my most favorite ones. It has dulce de leche filling and it's made with hojaldre, which is like a phyllo dough in some way. And what's on the top, it's sugar. I also had brownies that I made myself. I don't think I can eat all this. Here are my brownies, see? Check this out, okay? This is just pure heaven. So that's the dulce de leche right there. Okay. Oh my God, this is so amazing. Also, dulce de leche on the center. Epic. So we have raspberry and white chocolate. Let's go this way. Okay, it's been a microphone for a little bit there. I mean, I outdid myself. I'm gonna go for the factura. And hey, I might have to sweep the floor after this because they are a little messy, but it's so freaking worth it. Ready? Oh my God, such a treat. 10 out of 10. I mean, cannot get better than that. It's funny because there's not a lot of dulce de leche in there, but somehow there's enough to enjoy the dough and the dulce de leche. It's delicious. The dulce de leche is in that bottom part. See, look, oh, that's gonna be a good bite. I'm gonna go for it. Okay. 10 out of 10 on that one. Let's go for the alfajor de maicena. I'm gonna take a sip of my mate. Okay. I have to be honest with you, I'm not a fan of alfajores de maicena. However, this place here in town makes some amazing ones, so I had to get one. Look at the amount of dulce de leche this has. It's like really, really good. Here goes the bite. That melts in your mouth. So good. And this right here is coconut. It's really good. Again, it's one of those things that either you really like or you don't. I'm not a fan, but hey, I'm gonna eat this whole thing for sure. Scone. So I'm gonna cut a piece with my hand. Look, it just falls apart. It's amazing. I'm gonna take a bite of this. Super good. Here are my scores. 10 on the factura, 9 on the alfajor de maicena, and I'm gonna go with an 8.5 on the scone. Stay tuned, there's gonna be more try-ons coming out this week and the next one. I will make sure to incorporate some of these videos. If you really liked it, please let me know in the comments. If there's anything else that you wanna see from my lifestyle or whatever, please go ahead and let me know as well. And as always, if you like what I do, consider liking, subscribing, and commenting on this video. Please turn on post notifications. You can follow me on social media. You can support me right here on Patreon, where I provide early access to most of my YouTube videos, including exclusive photo shoots with a lot of the items that I try on here. And that does it. I hope you had an amazing day and that you enjoyed this video. I will see you guys soon in another one. Bye. I have to be honest with you, I literally came back from the gym looking like this, and I decided to do a video because I know how important it is to show your real self.